Well, one city in particular is distinguishing itself as the allergy capital here in the U.S. According to the Asthma and Allergy Foundation of America, Wichita, Kansas has been named the allergy capital for the third straight year due to worse than average trees and grass pollen, as well as worse than average over-the-counter allergy medicine. Well, joining me now for more on the season and how to navigate it best is Dr. Bob Lahita. He's a director at St. Joseph's Institute for Autoimmune and Rheumatic Diseases. Doctor, it's great to have you on the show this morning. I totally feel the allergies, right? So I guess I'm one of the quarter of Americans that does witness that as an adult here. What are we seeing shaping up this season?
Well, this is a tough season. You know, we've had a very moist winter. In a lot of the country, we've actually had major floods. So all of this serves to increase vegetation and increase spore forming. Leaves are popping out. There's all sorts of things really blooming. And the blooming stuff really results in allergies. And you said a quarter of the country, it's more like 50% of the country are sneezing and have mildly sore throats and are congested. And I know it's good for the decongestant and antihistamine industry, but it's really the most annoying thing for all of us.
Yeah, the variety of symptoms does certainly feel palpable this time of year. What is the best way to treat this if you are one of half of Americans, as you mentioned, doctor, who probably is going through this?
Well, an antihistamine, which is over the counter, you don't have to have a doctor prescribe it. You can go and get an antihistamine, and I won't mention brand names, but you want to get an antihistamine that's called non-soporific. That means it doesn't put you to sleep when you take it. There are certain chemicals like Benadryl, which a lot of people take before they go to bed. It helps you to sleep, and it also is a decongestant. But those side effects of sleepiness, drowsiness are not good when you're driving to work or when you're at work and you're doing analytical things like calculating your portfolio, and trading stocks, etc. This is not a good thing to do. But there are non-soporific or non-sleep inducing antihistamines out there, which are perfect. You take it daily or sometimes twice a day, and it helps decongest you. Some of the problems patients tell me they have is distinguishing a cold from allergy. Colds are more common in wintertime. And a cold it's always caused by a virus. So you get 2 days of the pre-cold, and then the cold breaks out and lasts for about 2 weeks. Coughing, sniffles, sometimes a fever, congestion. Sometimes it develops into pneumonia, which you don't want. This is what allergies don't do. Allergies are quick. You're exposed to the foreign substance, the pollen, or the dust. And believe me, my car this morning, when I started it, Kristen, there was a layer of pollen on it. I had to turn my windshield wiper on to get the green powder off of the front of my car. So it's out there, everybody's breathing it in, and depending on your immune system and how hypersensitive you are, you may or may not have severe allergies.
Yeah.
I hope these come and go quickly.
I hope so as well, but I guess based on the data, doctor, and what you're seeing this season, how long could they stick around? Are we at peak allergy moment right now?
Yes, we are. The spring is probably the peak allergy moment. So everybody is sneezing, coughing. Usually there's no fever with allergies. You may have a scratchy throat. That's in contradistinction to a cold. Now in the autumn, when the leaves fall, ragweed is very common at that time. So some people get a ragweed allergy and cough and sneeze and everything when the leaves begin to fall in the autumn. But in the spring now, where everything is blooming, holy cow, this is the toughest time of the year for people who have hypersensitivity. Not just those with hypersensitivity, just about everybody that has respiratory allergies really have a problem. There are ways to deal with this. You're going to have to wash off the allergen when you get home from work, or even before you go to work, if you happen to be exposed to this stuff before you leave for work. And you can take a hot shower and wash off the stuff. You can take vitamin C, which is an antioxidant that some people say helps. And you can stay hydrated. Make sure you take plenty of fluids while you're at work. Drink about a liter of either fruit juice or just regular plain water, unflavored, throughout the day to keep yourself moistened and keep your mucous membranes from becoming terribly irritated. That also improves your sore throat.
Dr. Bob Lahita, great insight, especially as we are on that peak allergy season as we talk. Bob Lahita, the doctor, is the director at St. Joseph's Institute for Autoimmune and Rheumatic Diseases. Thanks again.